and they talking in their own language. Oh, and that's that. So, given that, I think my video's over. I knew I was going to get cut off without getting a chance to say everything I want. So I'm going to begin a part 2 that I may or may not publish. You've got Silicon Valley, that's Intel, that's Moore's Law, that advances everything. So as all this stuff is integrated so they can optimize your headspace, you had better retain your identity. Know who you are, know who you were, know that the authentic version of you has more power than what they have generated on their dark side. There's an entire dark version of where they want to go that is had potential. Now it's Andromeda B and other places like Max 0647. So I'm trying to conclude this in a way to give you posture to know that when you wake up every day in your parallel universe of time being a dimension, you've got the old 2023 New Year's, we're getting pulverized, hungover, and beaten down, no more. And then you've got the New Year's that's a quarter of the year away on 11 September, beginning then. Now solstices and equinox will still happen. The huge one is on 21 June when transition will continue to occur. The dark is fleeting. You turn the light on, they don't like the light because it shows what they're doing. They have shame. They want to run from the darkness or into it. Find that hole from the floor. Oh, we're seen. We have to leave because the light now knows what we're doing, and we just don't want to be caught because we're scared to tell them that we shouldn't have been there. Now, if you turn the light on and the rat's welcome in the room, he ain't going nowhere. He's still eating because you don't care about him eating what he's eating. But when it's us and they find out that you know that the cheese is you, they want to get the hell out because they're Tulsi Gabbard. And I hope that she transmutes and transforms to admit her guilt. I'd love to meet her on the 21st of June because I'll be there in Lincoln's chair. We had a war in Lincoln's County at that level, and it was just farmers trying to tell them, hey, we don't like this. We're like 150 years ago. We don't have radios yet, but we don't like this word of mouth that what the hell's going on. Let's have a meeting. Let's fix it. Oh, kill Turnbull because he wants to help fix it, and then be surprised when a freaking war breaks out with the indiges and me, then mad that they killed my guy that taught me a lot of stuff and was going to try and fix things. If you look at him and you hear the truth, the guy came from England and he was just trying to be the new guy who was, hey, let's consider this. They said nope, and they killed him. But that was then. This is now. So there have been Christed models that have come that try and push in the right direction for us. Look at Jimmy Carter and how he negotiated to where he's at now. And he's on his last days, as I understand it, so we may hear of his passing in the relatively near term. And I hope that awareness has ascended to a point where he gets way more recognition than John McCain, and that his Michael Jackson-like reputation is cleansed because of what he was able to work through in the midst of what they gave him. Michael Jackson got it from Trump. He got it from the darkness of Hollywood, and he was a great guy. When you see through and you watch his interviews, he was a saint. His name was Aby on Mars, and his land out there was designed to help kids go see animals, and it was really cool. Neverland. And of course, along come the drugs and doctors who control him, and he was morphing himself. I understand he had I don't know if it was an identity crisis, but he moved towards Diana Ross, like a more feminine model to try and look like and I guess sing like, but in doing so, it cost him. You know, had he kept his natural biology and his God-given, drug-free, hey, let me belt one out, what would we have had? We can know, but we don't on this timeline. So he was taken from us too early, and it was another guy like, no, he can't be gone yet. What could he have given us as a 60-year-old Michael Jackson? He's back walking the earth now as a person named Joseph, as I recall from listening to Sam the Illusionist. So great people are back with us, you know, walking the earth now. And we want to keep them so we can all learn from each other, because they're there, whether they are speaking or they're present for duty, because then it's alive and they're alive and we're alive and we get cross communication from life and awareness. All right, so I can say things and you can hear them, and I'm not necessarily performing all of them now, but because I can say them, we can do them. And please read the Sophia Code and just learn from the women that were chosen by Yeshua and Mary to get you where you're going. They were designated. They chose it. When the opportunity to be awarded the position was made, they were probably elated and deserving. Those coaches that are there now started somewhere in their learning. Then you go to a white tobacco woman who just liberated reefer madness to our enjoyment. And alcohol's bad. And weed is good, so burn it. What about them seeds? You got to separate them for all the reasons we know. I mean, it's incredible. Life is incredible. You get to a point where you can comprehend it and then be humble that it's been given to you. You could be a blade of grass, and then where are you going to be then? Cyclical, but you're you. So appreciate it and keep loving your art. Wild and crazy. Yeah. Where you going, Dad? Crazy, you want to come? Oh yeah. My dad. Woo! Peace.